So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about how to reinvent yourself after a huge transition in your life or a breakup. If you're interested in a video like that, please keep watching. So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, like I said, I want to talk about how to reinvent yourself. Like Madonna or Janet Jackson, they are known as being like the queens of reinventing themselves, and like for every album, and I love that about them. In this video, I want to talk about how to reinvent yourself after a huge transition in your life, a huge challenge, or even a breakup. If you do not know who I am, my name is Amber Turner, and I am the author of You Choose Your Outfit, with outfit being the metaphor for your reality and or experience. I'm also the CEO of the censored apparel brand. I believe in being bold, being loud, and being confident. And so in this video, I want to talk about how to reinvent yourself and what are some ways that you can do that. And honestly, from personal experience, I think it's important to reinvent yourself and to kind of give yourself like a makeover, internally and externally. And I think that it helps with moving through challenges, getting over a breakup, going through a huge transition in your life. It's so powerful because we're not just talking externally, we're talking internally. And for me, and for everyone really, adopting a different mindset that is higher than what you are coming from, that is hugely important. I think is hugely a word. It is hugely important when reinventing yourselves. And we've seen this, with the best of them. Like even Rihanna, she's known for reinventing her style, reinventing herself, and even Beyonce reinventing themselves to become a better version of themselves. And I think that sometimes we have to come to a point, and typically it's something that is dramatic in our lives, that we take self-inventory of what things we've been doing in our lives, what things we want to change, and where we see ourselves going. And that is the important thing when it comes to reinventing yourself, is where do you see yourself going? I mean, the status quo, no, we don't like the status quo. We want to level up. We want to be a better version of ourselves. We want to live in our greatness. And in order to live in our greatness, we have to take inventory and say, well, what things were not serving me? What things were not working for me? And how can I make those changes moving forward? Which brings me to my first point, is to adopt a queen mindset. And this is ultra important when it comes to reinventing yourself. Like I said, taking self-inventory and understanding what things you want to change moving forward. And that is important because the things that you do internally is going to be manifested externally. So we want to start internally first. And I know, especially with breakups, it can leave one feeling like, what is it about me? What did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? And honestly, girlfriend, there's nothing wrong with you. We all can be a better version of ourselves, but there's nothing wrong with you. But it's hard not to have those thoughts. It is definitely hard not to have thoughts of like, why wasn't I good enough? But a lot of times those things and stuff that occurred in the relationship, even if it was a healthy relationship, it can still have you wondering like, what is it about me? What can I do better? Or just feeling down about yourself. And I think it's important to really adopt a queen mindset. And what do I mean by a queen mindset? I know personally, having gone through a lot of cheating and emotional abuse in my prior relationships, it was extremely difficult, and I still to this day, even today, have a hard time coming to terms with that, with the affirmation that I affirm for myself, is that I'm good enough, that I am lovable, that I am worthy of all the beautiful things that life has to offer. That can be challenging, but doing the inner work, asking the deep questions of why was I in that situation in the first place? taking responsibility, accountability for your part in it, and why perhaps was I in this situation in the first place. And from there, asking yourself these questions and coming to solutions and coming to conclusions of why you were in a certain situation. What is it that I can pull from and I can learn from and I can grow from? Because even sometimes we find ourselves in situationships where, it just didn't go anywhere. Whether it's just dating someone, it didn't even really go anywhere or turn into like a really loving relationship. It still can leave us feeling somewhat broken. And how can we repair those things? How can we build ourselves up and be better, a better version of ourselves moving forward? And so that is so important when it comes to reinventing yourself, because from there, you can build yourself up from there. And so the second point that I want to say in this video is clothing. I am the CEO of the Censored Apparel brand. If you're looking for some dope clothing, you can definitely check us out. Link is below. But clothing is so important because clothing and how we present ourselves makes us feel good. And it's important when reinventing yourself is, your outward appearance as well. And so just thinking about, once you've built yourself up and you understand about who you are, perhaps how you want to level up in the future and that kind of stuff, then you can start being the designer of your life. And I talk about this in my book, You Choose Your Outfit, becoming the designer of your life. And that is like a metaphor as well, but it's also, literally, it's like you can be the designer of your life and how you want to present yourself moving forward. I think that when it comes to reinventing yourself, leveling up, which means to me, the quality of your clothing and the quality of how you present yourself is so important. And just switching it up. I mean, fashion is fun. I think sometimes we take fashion too seriously, where we're like, oh, it's got to be a certain way and blah, blah, blah. Oh, the colors and stuff. It's about having fun. It's about expression and how to express yourself. And clothing, and especially when it's quality clothing, is the best way to express the new you. And so the third point I want to make in this video is actually meeting new people. If you are going through a transition, whether it's divorce or a breakup or something along those lines, typically you guys probably had the same friends, you ran in the same circles or something like that. And so when it comes to reinventing yourself, it's important to understand where you want to go. I can't stress that enough. Knowing where you want to go is going to help you align with all of these things that I'm mentioning in this video. But meeting new people is extremely important because it's going to help you align with the person that you are inventing yourself to be. I know that there's so many groups out there. There's Facebook groups, there's meetups, even LinkedIn groups, which is not mentioned nearly as much as it should be, is a great resource for you. I'm starting to get into LinkedIn myself, and it's a really, really great resource to meet new people. So aligning yourself with new people and different people is point number 3. And so the fourth point I want to make in this video is to clean up your friends list. And I know when especially piggybacking off of point 3 is that you do typically run in the same circles. And, I'm going to be honest, your friends on your Facebook aren't really your friends on your Facebook. They're in your business. And so when you can clean that up, because at the end of the day, they are not that important. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to say it again. At the end of the day, they are not that important when it comes to the grand scheme of things. You always have to be thinking about the bigger picture. And so cleaning up your friends list, is very, very important when it comes to reinventing yourself, especially if it's just like a surface level, like I just met you on Friends and on Facebook or on Instagram, and you just had the mutual person involved. People and this is my thing, I think people put too much stock into these friendship connections on social media, because at the end of the day, if something were to happen to you, are they going to show up in the hospital for you? No. So stop putting so much stock in these connections that don't really mean anything. And honestly, when you're trying to reinvent yourself, they're going to keep you in the space of being that same person they knew you as. You're trying to reinvent yourself and level up and move towards something that's greater. So cleaning up your friends list and moving on from the past is so important. And so the final point that I want to make in this video when it comes to reinventing yourself is starting new hobbies and starting new things and trying new things and being more adventurous. I think it's important when it comes to reinventing yourself is to try new things, because I've always been a huge advocate for discovering who you are through exploring things that you've never done before. And I know for me, a lot of people have this notion of me that I try different things and they're probably like, well, what is Amber doing now? But honestly, it's helped me explore myself and actually find things that I am good at, things that I'm not good at, things that I do like, and things that I don't like. And exploring new hobbies, trying new things. And that's also going to get you out of your comfort zone, and being able to meet new people in these spaces as well is so important. So trying new things, expanding your horizon, and this is what this is all about when it comes to reinventing yourself, is expanding your horizon, expanding your mindset around life. And that is so important. And outside of just reinventing yourself after a breakup or a huge transition, expanding yourself and giving yourself permission to explore new things is a beautiful thing. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It is amazing, and it is a beautiful thing, and it's something that helps you discover who you are. So start that business that you've always wanted to start that new hobby, try volleyball, try a new sport, try something. It's going to help you reinvent yourself and actually and get your wheels spinning. And then you're like, oh, I never really realized I was good at this, but perhaps I can go down this path and see where it takes me. Reinventing yourself is such an amazing thing. I love it, and I think it's important because the greatest people and the greatest women, the greatest artists have always reinvented themselves to stay fresh, innovative, and passionate. And passion is what drives us. Passion is what makes life beautiful. And so being able to reinvent yourself and ask yourself questions and explore who you are is it's an incredible thing to do. But anyways, you guys, that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, when it comes to, getting over a breakup, going through some huge challenge or transition in your life, reinventing yourself is an amazing thing to do. And I encourage, even if you don't go through those things, to every once in a while just explore yourself and explore new things. Find out new passions that you probably never thought you could have. It is so fun. I'm gonna be honest. I love reinventing myself. I think it's what makes life really exciting, and life should be exciting. So anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I do videos on business, life, and everything in between. And I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.